Good evening, everyone. This is FSEN Daily. I'm your host, Steve Howard. I know we said we were going to start this show at noon time. We was actually ready to do that today at noon, but we had some things come up, so I wanted to get this information out, so we're doing this show tonight. I promise you guys we will get to that noon, 12:30 time here very shortly. So let's jump right into it as we kick off this final week. This is the final week of the regular season for girls high school basketball. And there's a lot of things going on. Let's start with the girls' top 10. So here's our new top 10 power rankings. As you can see, Hanks moved into the power rankings at number 10. America's still at number 1. They've been at number 1 for the entire high school basketball season, basically. I think since about probably week 3, they've been number 1. You've had some movement around in there. Had some teams fall out who had some tough weeks this past week. It happens. It's basketball. That's why you play the games, right? Let's take a look at the district breakdown as we get into this final week. As you can see, there's Kermit with a win secures at least a tie for district championship, and if they win on Tuesday, they'll be the outright champion. So right now, Kermit has secured at least a tie for the district championship. They went outright. They will be the district champion. And the fourth team to get in will be Tornillo. Tornillo will be the fourth seed out of this district, and they should get a playoff berth. District 4 1A. Right now, Bowie is the district champion for District 4 1A. Congratulations to the Bowie Bears for pulling off that feat. Definitely something to be proud of. And then the runner-up is Austin. Now, if Harmony Science can pull off an upset, they would secure the number 4 seed outright and make the playoffs. So there's still some movement there at the bottom. We'll see what happens there. Moving on to District 4 2A. Where Riverside is the top dog in that district, securing, I think this is their 3rd district championship in a row. So congratulations to Riverside there. Mountain View locked in the runner-up position. Then you got Clint and San Elizario to round out the District 4 2A. District 5 1A. Like we told you guys last week, tomorrow there's a huge game. Chapin had a slip-up last week, and that put them in a position to where the winner of tomorrow's game between Chapin and Burgess will be the district champion for 5 1A. And so that is definitely a game that if you're in the area, I go watch. And the tough part is they're playing at Burgess. So it's definitely going to be a raucous crowd. Looking forward to that game. We will be in the house for that game. Looking forward to seeing some good high school basketball action there. And then you got Canyon finishing the 3rd, and then Andrus should lock in the 4th seed. So that's definitely rounding out District 5 1A. As we get into 5 2A, Americas is going to be the outright champion there. Congratulations to the Trailblazers on securing that district championship. And then not sure how the tiebreaker works, but there's a very good chance that Hanks and Bel Air could finish tied at 2nd in the district. Hanks has to play Americas. That's going to be a tough game for them. And if they lose, they will end up tied with Bel Air. And I don't know how the tiebreaker is working right now. I'll be the first to say that. That's a question I have to ask tomorrow, but that there's definitely the potential for that to happen there. Then finally, District 6 1A. Pebble Hills has secured the district championship outright. They did that last week, so congratulations to Pebble Hills on securing the district championship. Eastwood will be the runner-up. Now, realistically, Montwood should finish third and Franklin fourth. There's some things that could happen to where that changes, so we shall see. I want to say that Franklin plays Pebble Hills. But realistically, Montwood should be 3 and 4 in that fashion. Now, folks, we're going to transition here and transition over to the boys' side. To the boys 3-4A, where Presidio sits atop the district. They're in the driver's seat there in that district with 2 games left on their schedule, and they played Kermit and Tornillo. So they play the bottom 2 teams in the district. So we're predicting that Presidio will be the District 3-4A champion on the boys' side. District 4-1A, where you got Bowie sitting at 5-1, Harmony Science sitting at 4-1. Bowie did win the first meeting between these 2 teams. Bowie is our favorite to win the district outright, but they have to beat Austin and Irving to do so. So that's going to be, Austin and Irving, they're good teams as well. So that's going to be a very interesting finish for that district there. And then you got, and kudos to on the Bowie side, Junior Johan Camacho and Senior Joe Rodriguez on leading that team. And like I said, we're predicting Bowie to win the district. District 4-2A, where you got Isleta sitting at the top of the district in the driver's seat at 7-0 in the district play. You got 3 games left. We feel like Isleta should win the district with their game. They do have a game against Riverside on February 11th, 2025, potentially determining who will win the title. So you have one more. They play head to head. The last game of the season could be a co-champion type scenario. But we're predicting that Isleta wins the district outright. Isleta is led by senior Isaiah Thompson and senior Jaden Herrera, and Riverside is led by 3 seniors: Richard Arellano and Marcus Jarija and Juan Salgado. So those young men, congratulations, those young men on putting their teams in these positions, and definitely something to look forward to. Now as we get to District 5-1A, where Chapin sits atop as Chapin, we're predicting, will be the outright district champion. Interesting stat here. The Chapin Huskies have not lost a game to an El Paso team since January 30th, 2021, when Andrews beat them 56-41. In that time, since that loss, Chapin has rattled off 88 straight games with victories against El Paso area teams. And with that being said, El Paso High's final 3 games, as you look at these standings, right now El Paso High sits at second place. They had a phenomenal week last week to put themselves in this position. So their final 3 games are against Canutil, Chapin, and Andrus. So El Paso High has to play 3 of the top 4 teams in this district. Andrus plays Jefferson, Canutil, and El Paso. And then Canutil plays El Paso, Andrus, and Burgess. But bottom line here is, win and you get second seed, you lose, you could end up being 4th. This is probably one of the toughest districts here in the city this year by far, and it shows in the rankings. District 5-2A, America's sitting at the top of the district. barring some hiccup, this Friday's game against Del Valle in America should determine who wins the district outright. If Del Valle, they split Del Valle lost to America's the first game. If they were to win on Friday, it would make a co-champion type scenario there with one game left to play. I do want to, and I think I shouted him out already, but I do want to shout out El Dorado on the season that they've put together, especially in district play. 7-3, based and coming from where they were at last year. That is kudos to Coach Avalos and what he's done there at that program. Same with Americas and Del Valle. This is another tough district here. Those three teams have been really going at it. And then you're going to probably see it rounded out by Hanks to finish out and be the 4th seed. Now as we get into District 6 1A, Eastwood should win the district title here. Their game on February the 11th potentially could decide who is the district champion. So, I mean, that's going to be huge there. But now, after dropping both games this past week, Montwood is now on the outside looking in. As you can see, they went from 3rd all the way to 6th. And so here's how those final spots in the dish. Those final 2 spots are really up for grabs for Franklin, Pebble Hills, and Coronado. So Franklin plays Pebble Hills, Coronado, and Montwood. Pebble Hills has Franklin and Coronado, and then Coronado plays Eastlake, Franklin, and Pebble Hills. Whoever loses 2 games is done. They're going to be out. They're going to be on the outside looking in. So that's definitely going to be I'm definitely excited to see how this 6A finishes up as these teams come down to the wire. Definitely looking forward to that. It's going to be that's going to be some really good basketball there. So, folks, that's really been our wrap up. I don't know if you guys saw our show on Friday, but we did put out the announcement for the Borderland All-Star Showcase. It'll be Saturday, April the 12th at Canyon Teal. First game will kick off right now, scheduled for 11 a.m. That's going to be boys and girls senior showcases along with rising star showcases. We're going to start sending out information here to coaches very soon to make sure that we get the players in, that players that are worthy to be in these games. It's going to be some awesome exposure. We've had a lot of college coaches that we've reached out to say that they'll definitely be watching the live stream. Folks, I'm going to be honest with you guys here. Getting coaches to use the small recruiting budgets that they have to come to El Paso is really hard. But there are some coaches out there interested in some El Paso players, and so we're going to stream this game out and make sure that these players get the exposure that they need and to increase their opportunities of playing at the next level and to minimize their cost for college. So, again, I thank you guys for tuning in. This has been another episode of FSEN Daily. Catch us tomorrow, hopefully at noon. I'm shooting for it. I'm telling you, we're going to get to that noon, 12:30 time. But thank you guys for tuning in. God bless you. Peace out.